Black Cube Matrix. The Yahweh matrix system is connected into a black cube matrix held through Saturn, that is siphoning life force from our universal time matrix and routing it back into their black hole system. Saturn's black cube holds a massive tank that acts as a harvesting station for blood sacrifice from human beings, in any way imaginable, whether through wars, rituals, crucifixion, martyrdom, suicide or menstrual. This makes it obvious why Saturn has been long associated with an assortment of blood-worshipping cults. Saturn is also the solar's seventh gate, so it's been used to pump out reversal violet ray plasma light, and this is the distortion that generates reversal plasmas and reversal violet light on our planet. These reversal plasmas are designed to ignite and feed the demon seed that exists in the shadow selves or negative forms of the masses. Additionally, this alien construct was used to impale the crucifixion implants on the vertical axional lines in the planetary body, which also devastated the vertical channel alignment of the planetary staff. The Yahweh system leads back into the black hole system from a black star that is located in the center of our Milky Way galaxy called Abaddon. The Yahweh collective took over the four cardinal directions, or what we call the divine infinite calculus that makes up the cosmic clock in our universe. They used the Yahweh system to take over the guardians of the 12 pillars and the crystal cathedral architecture, blocking communication with Christic races outside of this system. This alien machinery is called the Yod-Heh-Vod-Heh system or Yahweh matrix. It is obvious to assume that the fallen Yahweh entities decided they were our gods and decided to implement a variety of mind control mechanisms by spreading religious beliefs, so that humans would worship Yahweh and or Jehovah as the God creator. The Yod-Heh-Vod-Heh system also correlates to taking over all of the numerical 4 and Master Builder 22 constructs that are used in morphogenetic fields as blueprints for matter. Each of the Yod-Heh-Vod-Heh pillars relates to one of the directions north, south, east or west, and the governance over its fallen angelic hierarchy that administers to the cosmic clock or timelines. Calling on this Yahweh system through the Yod-Heh-Vod-Heh matrix, or tetragrammaton, is common in squaring the circle, which is how an occult ritualist sets the directions in an energetic space. This may be used in some New Age practices, or in black magic rituals that are bound to the Hebrew-based systems and the mystical Kabbalah or other mystery schools or religions that worship Yahweh. Black Star Abaddon. In Revelation 9:11, and please note the time code as well as the number code of 911, Abaddon is described as the destroyer, the angel of the abyss, the king of plague of locusts, resembling horses with crowned human faces, women's hair, lion's teeth, wings, iron breastplates, and a tail with a scorpion stinger, that torments for 5 months anyone who does not have the seal of God on his forehead. It is clear that this is a demon, fallen god or black star, that is directly connected to powering up the Armageddon software through the Yahweh matrix. The black star Abaddon in the center of the Milky Way is what holds together the 666 beast configuration, along with the Yahweh matrix that creates the inorganic 4, the Yod-Heh-Vod-Heh system. This system feeds off of living creatures and sends the life force back to the black hole entities. As we have been discussing the shift that has been occurring with the planetary staff, the planetary staff of Earth was tilted in order to align it to the black star Abaddon in the center of the Milky Way. This artificial axial tilt in the planet is shifting its alignment now. This shift has activated doomsday prophets wired into the Yahweh matrix that believe the current events are the sign of the alien gods narrative, that the rapture is coming or that we are entering into the global Armageddon Megiddo showdown, when we transition out of the final stages of the Piscean, alchemical law. The current theme during the Paleodorian activations is the clearing of the Yahweh matrix and its blood covenant bindings out of the human 12 tribes' genetic records, with the transmissions and support of the blue feathers of Aquafurion. As a result of dismantling this blood covenant network, those who are controlled by the Yahweh system will be agitated and activated to play out these mind-controlled biblical dramas. Orion 8D Portal Invasion. The AI, technology is used by the negative alien agenda groups as the sophisticated psychotronic warfare strategy installed into the planetary grid system, that is being directed at the population in an attempt to enslave the consciousness of the Earth. From this point in the timeline, AI technology was set into perpetual motion to assimilate realities from the damaged 8th Stargate and the Galactic Center, where the negative alien agenda groups had gained dominion to control access in and out of the Earth realms. They gradually brought down assorted alien machinery from the 8th Stargate through an inorganic vertical wormhole, an artificial architecture they built with programmable reversal elementals, and then installed in the vertical axis of the planet that is called the Yahweh Matrix. Essentially, the Yahweh Matrix distorted and cut off the natural planetary staff alignment, which when combined with the net, stopped all incoming and outgoing communication signals outside the dimensional control of the negative alien agenda groups. The Yahweh Matrix replaced the planetary staff, which allowed the black hole entities to gain easy access into the Earth through the North and South poles, in order to distort the planetary field. This was done through genetic modification and set up frequency fences that broadcast extremely low frequencies that make the Earth more hospitable for their survival. The low frequency and static net broadcast produced the predator mind construct and thought forms intended for mass human parasitism, divide and conquer tactics for spreading wars. These artificial nets and constructs were further designed to progressively pull the Earth and her world's soul into inorganic black holes. Much of the electric wars were fought on Gaia with AI, machines being programmed from remote satellites or negative alien agenda groups' ships cloaked inside these phantom black holes, accessed through the wormholes ripped open in the damaged 8th Stargate. These were subspace and hyperdimensional pockets, Metatronic nets used to cloak ships or bases directing energy weapons, which can set off massive EMP blasts. This was used as an alien defense system in the 8th Stargate so nothing could pass through beyond the metagalactic zones. Moon and Black Cube. We have recently tracked the introduction of the artificial satellite moon base in which the proportions of the moon were made to be proportionate to a time cycle that is identical to the series of cataclysmic floods that were used as weapons in previous timelines on the Earth's surface. This recon was for the purpose of completely destroying the possibility of the use of the moon base and artificial magnetism to generate another catastrophic flood, as NASA dutifully warned us as the dire message given from their Archon masters. The radius of the moon is stated to be 1,080 miles, the diameter of the moon is stated to be double that at 2,160 miles. If we multiply the diameter by 108, we get the supposed distance between the Earth and Moon of 233,280 miles. Moon and Black Cube. The lunar matrix of false magnetism transmitted from the Moon is designed to emit artificial waves in the geometric shape of 8 lines of reflective symmetry in octagonal cymatic shapes, and the internal angles of any octagon is 1080 degrees. The octagon shape has a 1080 Hz frequency that can be doubled harmonically to form into and transmit black cube geometries with a 2160 Hz frequency. The Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem is the second Grail Stargate that was built with an octagonal floor plan aligning it with the moon base and therefore a black cube matrix. We can notice octagon geometry can be found in many ancient structures built on powerful ley lines throughout the Earth grid as well as black cube designs used for religious worship such as in Mecca. This all goes back to the moon and lunar control. The Moon's artificial matrix became an embedded source of magnetic control with a primary octagonal pattern made in sound waves to manipulate and harvest massive amounts of energy from the Earth grid network. The Octagon Group is located in Davos, Switzerland and is the same group behind the current World Economic Forum and fourth wave of the transhumanist Great Reset that have a black sun chain of command extending to the Moon and other planets. These same lunar entities and their preferred bloodlines have been administering an assortment of surface cataclysms by obliterating chosen demographic areas for decimation. The Moon as a magnetic weapon has been a part of their arsenal against human beings on the surface, in which gratefully, during this next cycle will not be operational due to Guardian Host Protective Intervention. Anti-HG technology. Anti-HG technology is short for anti-hierogamic technology, which is a gender splitter weapon that has been identified by grid workers, which note that it has impacts upon the light body and is a form of targeting individuals with assorted electronic harassment designed for mind control. This technology targets starseed or indigo groups that are embodying sacred marriage or hierogamic union, generally targeting spiritual couples that are motivated to serve the Christos mission and support planetary liberation for ascension.